This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV-HINDU.
Hello and welcome to SL Chennai Speaks Out. This is the weekly program where Chennaites can air their views on different issues. A recent study conducted by the AIMS Education and published in the Hindu newspaper found that among students of 40 city schools, over 70% of these students attend coaching or tuition classes after or before school hours. So, the question we are asking our audience today is, are tuitions a boon or a bane? Are children learning more in tuition centers than they are in our schools? We have here Mr. Sudhakar, an educational consultant. He actually ran a tuition center once upon a time as well as a school, but now he has shut down his tuition center. We'll ask him why he did that later. We also have the principal of the Madras Christian College School, Mr. Manoharan. His school does not allow tuitions. And we have Shobha, who runs a very renowned tuition center right here in Chennai City. And of course, there is our audience, made up of parents, students and teachers, some of whom are also tuition masters. Apart from that, we have a lot of our viewers who actually wanted to be a part of this show. Let's ask the audience here, why do you think parents actually send their children to tuition classes? Mr. Francis.
Yeah, they need better concentration. They want the students to fare well in the education. And nowadays in a classroom, teachers cannot give the same thing to all the students because various types of students are there. The ability to grasp is different. But if they go to tuition centers, they can learn more. They get better concentration. Right.
Is it necessary to send a child to a tuition class?
No, it is not necessary to send to a tuition class because the way they teach, the teachers teach in the school are different from what they teach in the institutes. The teachers teach in the institute. So the different ways of methodology may confuse the students on a clear subject.
Right. Let me turn to our main panelists here and ask you, sir. Now, you are the principal of a very big school. What's the situation there?
As far as my school is concerned, we have told the teachers not to take tuitions. And the basic way we do approach to the students is we do try to give them extra classes and make them to stay back and study. So the problem is same. The only thing is the attitude which the school works with makes a difference.
Right. Mr. Sudhakar, now once upon a time you ran a tuition center. Why in the world did you stop it? You had a school and a tuition center. Tell us.
Yeah, the thing is like while running a tuition center and a school simultaneously, I feel like tuition centers spoil the students, you know, like they improvise in habit, not listening to the teachers in the classes. So basic thing is listening. That is being skipped out when the student is going for a tuition. This is a basic problem.
Right. Let me ask someone, so I'd like to ask a student who goes to tuition. So do you find that a tuition class is useful?
Yes, I do. Because in class there was this particular exercise which I didn't really, understand because in class there isn't any kind of an individual attention, and I got that when I went to tuition classes. So I got that individual attention and I learned how to do the exercise.
Right. Shobha, you have a tuition center. Do you think that actually allowing students to take tuitions actually gets the teachers off the hook based on what Ms. Sudhakar here was saying?
No, according to me, what happened is we, the teacher in tuition classes, can allow the timing for each chapter according to the willingness of the teacher student. But for us, we can call the students at even a Sunday and ask the child to come and work out the exercise, which is going to help the child, which is ultimately we want the marks to be scored by the children so that the child will be coming out with flying colors.
But do you think that it is the responsibility of a teacher to be actually imparting that and not leaving it in the hands of a tuition center like yours?
No, actually it is, we are doing a justice to the children. Teaching means it should be a justice.
It's big business.
No, it is not a business. I believe in that. Because it is, tuition means actually people also, the parents should also, parents are believing us. So I think the teaching, whatever the tuition teachers are doing is justice, and we are supporting to the school to get more marks. The students and the principal should be happy what we are doing to the children.
Right. A parent, please, from this side. Now, can the gentleman up there, yes, can you tell me, was there any pressure on you to actually send your child to a tuition class?
Tuitions are an essential part of today's educational system. More so because I would say the education system has become a more of a commercialized and rather a commodity. Education is a commodity today.
So is tuition.
No, not really, I'll say, because the schools cannot offer individualized attention because it's a mass. And for them, it's only a question of a 45-minute period, and then the teacher goes off. Whereas the individualized attention is possible only in the case of a tuition teacher, and the students also feel they can access the tuition teacher with much more sort of a personal touch.
Right. How many people have heard of tuition classes where you have 30, 40, 50, 60 children? It's almost a parallel school. We've got a lot of people here who've all heard of that, yes.
Yeah, I'll just interrupt here. A teacher who is handling the same 70 students in the school for making a very good business out of it, he makes the same students for the sake of money. He has a different setup and class out here.
I think Shobha has
Nowadays the parents are well educated, ma'am. This is regarding, I can tell you, is parents are well educated and they are taking the list of tuition centers. How many students are there in a batch? These people are coming and asking and questioning us, and the parents are coming and asking how many are there in a batch.
The reason is very simple, the numbers are rising.
No, nothing like that. Actually, we are having only 20 students in a batch.
Sir, please take the mic.
AIMS had made a survey and made 70% people are going for the tuition.
Do you think that's a good habit?
No. See, what made them to go for the tuition? It's not for the business, nothing. Only for the personal improvement, the taking care of the father and mother, that has made them to go for the tuition center. Nothing other than that.
What sort of personal improvement the tuition center can give?
Because they are going to take care of their kids. No, that is very, very important.
Let's hear from Geeta. I think because she is from AIMS Education, the people who conducted the survey that was published in the Hindu. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I am against tuition, madam. For a simple reason, what a school cannot do with a confined kind of group of students who have been read well by the school management. What they cannot do, and assorted students cannot be satisfied in a tuition center.
Right. Okay.
That's
so do you sometimes think that perhaps a school itself is actually pushing students towards getting 100 upon 100?
Yeah,
10%. Is that the reason?
Yeah, maybe. That may be the reason. But nowadays, no tuition center is having more number of students. The main reason is they want their individual achievement. A tuition center can achieve something only if they have less students.
In this audience alone, we have a lot of people who are going to places where there are many, many students in the class. What is your...
I don't think they are going nowadays. Nowadays, in fact, home tuition has been improved a lot. In fact, home tuition plus tuition centers having namely 10 students per batch or 15 students. In school, mainly teachers has been put more pressure. In fact, I am a professor, HOD, but my students won't go for tuition. Okay, but still...
Maybe you're a good teacher.
Yeah, if we are a good teacher, no student will go for tuition.
Ma'am, the aim of a tuition center should be to coach the weaker students so they come up to the level of the brighter students. I think that's how the tuition center started initially. Now it has become a lucrative business. And they also have batches of students. They cannot pay any individualized attention because again there you have brighter students, weaker students, and they concentrate.
Let's take that very point, ma'am, to Shobha. What do you think now? Please.
Ma'am, it is right now every student, those who are coming for tuitions, do you think so they are getting a 40%, 20%? No. They are going for a private tuition, they are not coming for a tuition center. We always advise the children, one-to-one basis tuition also will be given, those who are a weaker student also. We take individual attention even though the child is weak.
And as a school where we find that the child has to grow in different aspect of life, curricular, extracurricular, for which if the stress level, today if there is a news of suicide, the problem is stress. What is the cause of stress? Child being pressurized to go here and there tuition, might be even a home tuition. Only when it comes to 9, they say 90 marks, job, or everything comes. If the child is taken care right from 6th standard, and if the school also monitors that, I think...
that is very important. The school should monitor. That is very important.
Let me ask this audience here. Do you find that schools actually do monitor? I'd like to know How many parents actually are sending their children to tuition classes because they are weak students, or is it that you just want a child to get 100 upon 100, top college, top job? Let's have an honest opinion here. How many people are actually sending your kid because they are weak and they actually need to be bolstered?
The school is pressurizing the parents to send their children to tuition.
This is exactly what I asked a little while ago. Sir, you keep smiling at us. What do you think?
I think it's all created by the school. The Bane depends upon the school in which it has been. It's a question where the system has to be changed. And I would like to add one more point, is that 100 out of 100 the advertisements comes in after the schools. Previously, the toppers have been given.
Right. Can the lady down there have the mic?
No, I'll just interrupt you, Ms. Jennifer.
Yes, just let's hear from you. Yes.
See, the 12th standard plus 2 examination started in 1982. That is the year it started as such.
Yes.
So no tuition centers were there as of, for your kind information. And Ames has given some information. I'll add on to that. See, it all started 86, 87 was a period where, like the tuition centers started, and it went to the top notch 96. Right from 96 to 2007.
How many children did you have in your tuition center?
Yeah, I had around 650 students in my tuition center in one point of time.
650 students!
No, I'll tell you. I am having a sorry face for that today.
How many teachers did you have?
No, we had 14 teachers for it.
For 650?
14.
For 650 students?
Yes,
no, ma'am, this is not a conclusion.
It's a batch.
Let's hear him.
No, let him finish. I mean, it was
yes,
diverted.
Please.
It was diverted. I'll come to that point again.
Yes.
It started, right from 96 to 2007. It grew very high because of the existence of IT companies into the field. So the parents were very clear. They want their son or daughters to get the mark, push them into some place, get 50,000 rupees as a salary. So this last year has come down. The tuitions, the number of students going to the tuitions have come down last year and this year. This is the statistics. You can check it with the AIMS person who's sitting there. So this is the reality today. So this is the imaginative thinking the parents had.
Right, sir, over there.
I could see a numerous number of Indian leaders and the leaders around the world. I'm not sure how many people have gone there for tuitions apart from the school after. I would say beyond the school education, there's something called a thought process, a training, a determinations, decision making. There are various other leadership qualities a person needs to acquire. So with those other competencies or skills or ability or the inspiration that takes a person to the heights in the career or business or science or politics. So I would say a parent's responsibility is to consult with a individual student, plus they have to have a great amount of engagement level with the school, and finally they have to take a call whether the person needs to go for the tuition or not.
See, there is a, like in education or in, like a leadership quality, there is a triangle called ask triangle. Attitude, skill and knowledge. If this all combines in the same equation, that is what he was talking about. If this is in the same equation, then the student is or the person is going to be very prominent.
Right.
So it's a very valid point.
So that could be good to hold on here. Sir, give us a minute, please. We'll just take a very short break and get right back with this very interesting topic.